Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Heavenly Parent Holy Community Oceania Morning Hundoke. And today we have Rev Santosh presenting on this Tuesday, the 24th of March, 2026, or the 6th of February, the 14th year of Chongalgu. Thank you all for coming, and let's begin with a bow to our true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind, Chanji Champuninge, Chambe, Paro. And let's recite our family pledge, both in Korean and English.
가존맨세 7. 전일국 주인, 우리 가족은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본연의 활동과 연결된 의하는 생활을 통하여 심존 문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Family pledge number 7. Our family, the owner of Chongalgu, pledges through living for the sake of others to perfect the world based on the culture of heart, which is rooted in the original lineage by centering on true love. Thank you. I'd like to share again Mother's prayer. We shouldn't forget Heavenly Parent in our daily life. During our earthly life, we should preserve the earth well, which Heavenly Parent, the Creator, made. What we need to focus on is outreach. We need to preserve well this beautiful world of creation in which our Heavenly Parent invested utmost effort by expanding the reach of our foundation. We, in becoming the owner, must take the lead in this. Those who have no sense of ownership for all things will fade away. We need to have true ownership. As we restore this nation and the world left, as we restore this nation and the world, let us not forget this for even a day, an hour, or even a minute until 2020. We need to become true filial sons and daughters and patriots who can offer results every month that will give our Heavenly Parent, the Creator, cause to trust us and be happy. Don't become people who just come and go. Become the people who practice ownership and a sense of responsibility. These are words of blessing, promising a new start for the new year. Now is the time to offer results before heaven. Going forward, use different methods from the ones you have used before. Be always focused and productive, and you will survive. More specifically, find creativity in your ability. Let's have a meaningful life of offering results before heaven, aren't you? And before we welcome Reverend Santosh, let's enjoy this praise song.
Although we are facing great difficulty, hoping that this brings comfort to our members, we have stood here to share this song. I hope you listen to the song well with the lyrics.
사랑하는 내 딸아 너의 자금도 내게 귀하다 너와 함께 걸어가는 모든 시간이 내겐 힘이라 사랑하는 아들아 내 연약함도 내게 금이라 너로 인해 잃어버린 나의 양들이 돌아오리라 조금 내린 듯해도 기다려주겠니 조금 더딘 듯해도 믿어줄 수 있니 네가 가는 그 길 절대 헛되지 차렷 경례 바로
Okay, thank you. And let's welcome up Reverend Santosh as he shares this morning.
Good morning, dear brothers and sisters. Let me prepare my PowerPoint. Today is 24th of March and my 47th birthday. So let's start from the K. So what happened in the month of March in 1999? March 19 to April 12, worldwide speaking tour for the global expansion of true parents, expansion of true families. True Mother speaks in 24 cities in the United States. On the 21st of March, Lucifer surrendered to true parents. That was a declaration. 7th to 10th March 2000, rallies for the unification of East and West, North and South in Japan. March 12 in the same year, national-wide rally for the unification of North and South Korea, Seoul Olympic Stadium. March 17 in 2000, Religious Leaders Forum for the unification of North and South Korea and for Reverend Moon's 80th birthday, Lotte Hotel Seoul. March 1 in 2002, proclamation of the total unity of the spirit world and the physical world. March 2nd, 2003, IIFWP International Leadership Seminar for Peace in Middle East, Sheraton National Hotel in Arlington, VA. March 10, inauguration of the Family Party for Universal Peace and Unity, Little Angels Performing Arts Center, Seoul. March, just written in March, sequestration of Yongpyong Resort. March 23rd, 2004, coronation of true parents as the King and Queen of Peace, the Third Israel. Dixon Senate Office Building, Washington, D.C. March 4th, 2005, rally to realize the settlement of Cheongilguk, Chompyong Training Center. March 21st, 2006, UPF Assembly in Japan, Mukohari Meisei International Exhibition Hall, Chiba. March 25 to April 2, UPF rallies to return to the original fatherland and hometown. March 27, in the year of 2006, a special assembly to commemorate the inauguration of UPF, National Assembly Library in Seoul. March 17, 2007, dedication of King Garden and launch of the Pacific Rim Providence in Kona, Hawaii. The same year, March 19, proclamation of returning to the civilization of universal peace and the age of God's kingship, and returning to the realm of peace civilization of Cheongilguk, Marriott Resort Hotel on Waikuola Beach in Hawaii. March 17, 2008, Heugenim assassination. True Father writes his epitaph. He, the Lord who will open a gate into the kingdom of heaven, is a loyal is a son of loyalty and filial piety in the garden that opens the way to the deep, wide, and high realm of heaven. So I think this is the calligraphy given by our beloved true father to our beloved Eugenie. March 19 in 2008, there was a world-level Sangha ceremony for Eugenie in Chongpyeong Training Center. We still remember the picture where we can see the van with the casket of Eugenie and true father. Our true parents were saying bye-bye to their beloved son, the first son of our beloved true parents, our beloved Eugenie. That was March 19 in 2008. Thank you very much. So now we start our Hunduke. So we are reading old scripture and the teaching of Sun Myung Moon, part 1, God and creation. So last week finished at the chapter 2, subchapter 1. So today we'll start chapter 2, Truth and Universal Law. Subtitle, Eternal Truth. Let's welcome Samriddhi.
The eternal word, truth, or divine wisdom pre-existed the creation of the universe. The world is all pervasive. It guided the creation of the universe and continues to function in the principles of nature. It operates through physical, moral, and spiritual laws. For some, truth is to be grasped by reason. For others, its essence is the word, which is manifested completely only in Christ, the perfect man. The word gives the universe its purpose. This touches the mystery of why God created the universe. As the absolute being, omnipotent and omnipresent, what did God gain by creating something apart from him? The text in the last group suggests that the primary theme was love, which arises only in relationships, is imprinted in the cosmos by the pervasive duality of plus and minus, male and female. God, too, to experience the joy of love, would create objects apart from himself with which to have a relationship. Here lies the purpose of creation, the root idea in the mind of God that lies behind the blueprint of creation. Number 1, in the beginning was the Word. In Quran 16.3, it says, He has created the heavens and the earth with truth. In Chusi Confucianism, when heaven creates a thing, it gives each thing a principle of truth. In Quran 55.5-7, the sun and the moon are made punctual, the stars and the trees adores, and the skies he hath uplifted, and he hath set the measure. Proverbs 3.19-20, the Lord by wisdom founded the earth. By understanding he established the heavens. By his knowledge the deep broke forth, and the cloud drops down the dew. In Rig Veda Hinduism, by truth is the earth sustained, and by the sun are the heavens. By order the gods stand, and Soma is set in the sky. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things were made through him, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and life was the light of men. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. John 1.1-5. This, in the beginning, was the only Lord of the universe. His word was with him. This word was his second. He contemplated. He said, I will deliver this word so that she will produce and bring into being all this world. Tandya Mahabrahmana 20.14.2 Hinduism. He, the Christ, is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of all creation. For in him all things were created, in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or dominions or principalities or authorities. All things were created through him and for him. He is before all things, and in him all things hold together. Colossians 1:15 to 17. The Lord created me at the beginning of his work, the first of his acts of old. Ages ago I was set up, at the first before the beginning of the earth. When he marked out of the foundations of the earth, then I was beside him, like a little child. I was daily his delight, rejoicing before him, always rejoicing in his inhabited world and delighting in the sons of men. Proverbs 8:22 to 31. In human practice, when a mortal king builds a palace, he builds it not with his own skill, but with the skill of an architect. The architect, moreover, does not build it out of his head, but employs plans and diagrams to know how to arrange the chambers and the doors. Thus, God consulted the Torah and created the world. Genesis Rabbah 1.1 Judaism. The Tao has its reality and its science, but is without action or form. You can hand it down, but you cannot receive it. You can get it, but you cannot see it. It is its own source, its own root. Before heaven and earth existed, it was there, firm from ancient times. It gave spirituality to the spirits and to God. It gave birth to heaven and to earth. It exists beyond the highest point, and yet you cannot call it lofty. It exists beneath the limit of the six directions, and yet you cannot call it deep. It was born before heaven and earth, and yet you cannot say it has been there for long. It is earlier than the earliest time, and yet you cannot call it old. Chuang Tzu 6000. Now, the teachings of True Father in regards to this first part. With what was the world created? In the beginning, there was God's will, there was God's idea. Along with it, there was God's plan. God's original will was to create humans and the human world according to his plan. Therefore, human beings, no matter how fallen, should stand within the will and plan of God. February 1st, 1975. Even the most advanced science cannot attain or surpass what God has made. The immense universe operates in an orderly way according to its law, since God created and governs the immense universe, whose comprehension is beyond the reach of human thought and science. Human thought and science. We conclude that God is the absolute scientist. May 1st, 1983. Even the greatest scientist or scholar in the world today possesses only minuscule knowledge. The deeper you go, the more you'll find principled action based on eternal laws. Considering this, we see that these laws could not have come about by chance. In every case, they uphold a certain content of their origin. Their direction is aligned with and never contradictory to the whole purpose of the universe. This lawful universe is infinitely vast and at the same time so subtle. Hence, no one can deny that God, who created this universe, is the King of wisdom and the King of knowledge. May 1st, 1983. Before God created the heavens and the earth and human beings, there was a time when he functioned centering on himself, because we humans resemble God. We also have times when we think only about ourselves. Then God began to create all things in heaven and on earth. This means that he spread out the universe as the environment for human beings, his object partners. In due course, he would create his object partners. All this investment by the invisible God was for the purpose of manifesting as the invisible God. October 20th, 1973. God created human beings as the model, expanding his creation to four directions: east, west, south, and north. February 18, 1988. Before creating human beings, God created the natural world by expressing partial reflection of the internal nature in the external form. He had convinced for human beings who were yet to be created. Hence, a human being, as the manifest image of God, contains the sum total of the essence of all things. This was from the exposition of the divine principle, creation 3.2. Even before the creation, the first thing that God thought of was true parents, and the family, where true parents, true couple, and true children are united as one. December 26, 2000. Number 2, truth is absolute. By divine law are beings marked with nobility or ignominy. By the law are they visited with bliss or bale. On some by his law falls grace. Others by his law are whirled around in circles of birth and death. All by the law are governed. None is exempt, says Nanak. Should man realize the power of the law, he should certainly disclaim his ego. Japuji, Sikhism. Absolute truth is indestructible. Being indestructible, it is eternal. Being eternal, it is self-existent. Being self-existent, it is infinite. Being infinite, it is vast and deep. Being vast and deep, it is transcendental and intelligent. It is because it is vast and deep that it contains all existence. It is because it is transcendental and intelligent that it embraces all existence. It is because it is infinite and eternal that it perfects all existence. The doctrine of the main Confucianism. From the bosom of the sacred word, he brought forward the world. On high below, he abides in his own laws. Atharva Veda 4.1.3 Hinduism. There is no changing the words of God. That is the mighty triumph. Quran 10.64. Righteousness and justice are the foundation of thy throne. Steadfast love and faithfulness go before thee. Psalm 89.14. Truth is victorious, never untruth. Truth is the way, truth is the goal of life, reached by sages who are free from self-will. Mundaka Upanishad 3.1.6 Hinduism. By divine law are all forms manifested. Inexpressible is the law. By divine law are beings created. By law are some exalted. What is meant by an eternally abiding reality? The ancient road of reality has been here all the time, like gold, silver, or pearl, preserved in the mind. The Dharma Dhatu, absolute truth, abides forever. Whether the Tathagata appears in the world or not. As the Tathagata eternally abides, so does the reasons of all things. Reality forever abides. Reality keeps its order, like the roads in an ancient city. For instance, a man who is walking into a forest and discovering an ancient city with its orderly streets may enter into the city, and having entered into it, he may have a rest, conduct himself like a citizen, and enjoy all the pleasures occurring therefrom. What do you think this man make? Did this man make the road along which he enters into the city and the various things in the city? No. Just so what has been realized by myself and the other Tathagatas is this reality, this eternally abiding reality, the self-regulating reality, the suchness of things, the realness of things, the truth itself. Lakavatara Sutra, Buddhism. So now this is the teachings of True Father for absolute truth. Since God is an eternal, unchanging, and unique being, the love, ideals, peace, and happiness that he desires must be likewise. December 7th, 1974. God is absolute. Even after the fall, God continues to relate to what he has made according to the laws and principles he established. December 22nd, 1971. The life of true love is living for the sake of others, without hopes of receiving something in return. As Jesus said, greater love has no man than this, that a man laid down his life for his friends, and whoever exalts himself will be humbled, and whoever humbles himself will be exalted. This is the very principle of creation, which God Himself set up. God is the Almighty Creator, yet He will not destroy what He created at a whim and start over again, for to do so, He would have negate His own principle. January 27, 2004. The components that make up the universe were not created blindly. This vast universe exists and moves by the relative relationship between subject and object partners, whose unceasing give and take following the track of the law enables the universe to continue in perpetuity. To continue in perpetuity, we too must follow the track of the law. If we do not, we will not continue but will perish. For our physical life to continue, we need to eat, digest normally, and have good circulation to distribute the nutrients throughout our body. Thus, a being can continue only when there is a smooth give and take. October 16th, 1988. Ontology should clarify the motivation, purpose, and the laws of creation, and show that they govern the movement of all beings. The normative laws that govern human beings should be in unity with the laws of the universe, the way of heaven, just as the laws by which the sun, moon, and stars were created. The way of heaven set up a system of vertical order. Also in the family, there is a vertical order extending from grandparents to parents and children, and likewise a horizontal order formed by the siblings. The laws of heaven and the values of or norms of family life correspond, with a theoretical structure consistent with the natural sciences and with a self-evident nature acceptable to the human's conscience. Ontology must attest to the historical validity of the proposition. Those who betray heaven will perish, and those who are faithful to heaven will live. On the basis of this ontology, we can establish absolute values in the true sense, establishing them absolute truth, absolute goodness, and absolute beauty, then understanding them and practicing them. We will bring about humanity's spiritual revolution. Then the chaos in today's world will gradually disappear. November 25th, 1982. Number 3, the law of love. Love, the divine principle, is the father and mother of the universe, including man, science, and health. Christian Science. Love is the great law that rules this mighty and heavenly cycle, the unique power that binds together the diverse elements of this material world, and the supreme magnetic force that directs the movement of the spheres in the celestial realms. Love reveals with unfailing and limitless power the mysteries latent in the universe. Love is the spirit of life unto the adorned body of mankind, the establisher of true civilization. In this mortal world, and the shadow of imperishable glory upon every high-aiming race and nation. Abdu'l-Baha, Baha'i faith. That which lets now the dark yin, now the light yang, appear is Tao. As continuer, it is good. As completer, it is the essence. The kind man discovers it and calls it benevolence, Jen. The wise man discovers it and calls it wisdom. The people use it day by day and are not aware of it. For the way of the superior man is rare. It manifests itself as benevolence, but conceals its working. It gives life to all things without sharing the anxieties of the holy sage. Its glorious power, its great field of action, are all things the most sublime. It possesses everything in complete abundance. This is its great field of action. It renews everything daily. This is a glorious power. First Qing Great Treatise, 1.5 Confucianism. Now the teachings of True Father. The universe is created centering on love and the principles of love. It dances to the rhythm, not to the rhythm of the individual. April 22nd, 1984. the omniscient and omnipotent God, who has no need for gold or knowledge, the God who has everything. What was it he yearned for that he would create human beings? What was the fundamental motivation for the act of creation? It was not power, it was not knowledge, and it was not wealth. What God lacked was a foundation for love. Even God cannot bring about love by himself. Thus, the motivation for the creation of heavens and the earth was love. November 21st, 1986. The creation of the universe began with love. Love pre-existed the creation. If the idea of love did not exist, then there would have no purpose to the principle of male and female. The mineral kingdom consists of positive and negative ions, like male and female. The world of insects consists of male and female. The animal world consists of male and female. Human beings likewise are men and women. Before the principle of male and female, there was the idea of love. That love made male and female would become one through love. If the idea of love didn't exist, the universe, pervaded by the duality of male and female, would not have arisen. Which came first, male and female physical beings, or the emotion and idea of love? This is the old philosophical problem of realism versus idealism. We should know that the idea of love came first. Women are not born for their own sake. Men are not born for their own sake. They both existed for the sake of love. For this reason, the chief concern of both men and women is love. August 22nd, 1991. The created world contains subject and object partners. And for this reason, there are men and women and male and female creatures. The subject-object relationship is founded in flowers with stamen and pistil, in molecules with positive and negative ions, and in atoms with protons and electrons. Everything exists in the pair system. Nothing else but love fulfills the value and carries on the history of existing beings. Through love, men and women procreate. Other beings, insects, plants, and minerals also love according to their kind. Why is everything in a pair system? Why are there always subject and object partners? The reason is love. Which came first, love or subject and object partners? Does love exist because there are women and men, or do we exist as women and men because of love? Which is it? We exist as women and men because of love. February 14th, 1992. Without God's investment of love, the cosmos could not have come into being. The law of the cosmos is that the subject partner lives for the sake of the object partner. However, in the fallen world, the subject does not live for the sake of the object. Instead, the subject misuses the object for his own sake. This is why the world is destined to decline. Religions must teach the heavenly principle that you are happy only when your counterpart is happy. August 21st, 1995.
Thank you very much, Samriddhi. So, subject partner lives for the sake of object partner, but I don't know if we do that in practice or not. But even after the fall, we read earlier that God had kept own standard. Even after the fall, God lives for the sake of all of us. The heavenly parents live for the sake of all of us. So this is today's message. Thank you very much. So today we have our breakout session. Back to Reverend John.
Okay, thank you very much, Rev Santosh. And before we go to the breakout session, I'd like to share another praise song. So just 1 second. Here it is. So please enjoy.
보이지 않는 곳에서 늘 항상 날 위해 기도해 주시는 분, 정성으로 날 품어주신 그분, 오직 장부모님.
지침의 몸과 영혼을 치유해 주시며 날 안아주시는 분, 절망 속에는 헤맬 때 붙잡아 주신 그분, 오직 장부모님. 감사해요 장부모님의 그 크신 사랑, 늘 섬겨요 우릴 위해 희생하신 당신을 닮아가요. 하늘 부모님 위해 걸어오신 삶 따라가요. 오직 장부모님만을 사랑해요. 내가 어느 곳 어디에 있어도 늘 나와 동행하시는 그분, 나의 부족함 채워주시는 그분, 오직 장부모님. 감사해요 장부모님의 그 크신 사랑, 늘 섬겨요 우릴 위해 희생하신 당신을 닮아가요. 하늘 부모님 위해 걸어오신 삶 따라가요. 오직 장부모님만을, 나 오직 장부모님만 섬기며 갖는 자녀 되기 간절히 원해요. 당신이 내게 주신 그 크신 축복에 이제는 보답하길 원해요. 감사해요 장부모님의 그 크신 사랑, 늘 섬겨요 우릴 위해 희생하신 당신을 닮아가요. 하늘 부모님 위해 걸어오신 삶 따라가요. 오직 장부모님만을. 감사해요 장부모님의 그 크신 사랑, 늘 섬겨요 우릴 위해 희생하신 당신을 닮아가요. 하늘 부모님 위해 걸어오신 삶 따라가요. 오직 장부모님만을 사랑해요. 오직 장부모님만을 사랑해요.
장부모님 감사합니다.
To parents, thank you. We love you.
경례 바로
Thank you. And today the breakout rooms are just automatically assigned. So please just have a great session. Yeah, welcome back. I hope you had a good chance to share. And now let's wish Reverend Santosh a happy birthday. And yeah, thank you all for coming and see you all again tomorrow. So thank you.
Happy birthday, Rev Santosh.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Happy
Thank
birthday.
you.
Thank you.